Good evening. Welcome to the March edition of the Community Lens. I'm Kara Papa, and I'm here to talk to you tonight about what I think is important about what has been going on. What a month March has been. We got daylight savings time. Spring is here and the equinox has come by, and we're in the full swing of budget season. So I hope that you've been paying attention to some of those meetings. The town council has been doing a great job, but we still need you to come out and vote at the referendum in May. So send in that testimony, pay attention. Also tonight, I'll be sharing with you a little graphic. There are some legislative events coming up that are being hosted by the AFT union. Many people who live in town are members of that union through their local New Haven Federation of Teachers, or also people who are working as nurses. So if you are around on any of those dates, come down and meet your legislatures and hear what's going on up in Hartford for the public good. So now I'm going to ask my guests to introduce themselves.
Hi, good evening. My name is Rita Nay. I'm the Food Pantry of North Branford president.
And I am Christine Crata, and I am the vice president of the Food Pantry of North Branford.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Very glad to have you here. I'm excited to hear what's been going on because it's very exciting. I'm going to share tonight in North Branford, the Agricultural Commission has been restarted. Along with a panel, we've set a chair, a vice chair. I'm not going to remember everybody's names, forgive me, but that's posted on the North Branford site today. I am a member of the commission, but a secondary member, not on the main board. So our meetings will be the second Tuesday of every month. We'll be utilizing the new police station, and we hope to get involved by informing other commissions on the lens of the agricultural businesses in town. So when we make decisions, we have everybody's voice and lens there. So if you come to the meetings and ask some questions and share some perspectives, that would be wonderful. So I'm going to pass it off to Rita so she could tell us what's going on.
Oh my goodness, so much is going on. So I think most know that we have now relocated. So we have taken over the old police station at 260 Forest Road in Northford, which has been super exciting. I posted on the different community pages, we have some new chapters now in this location. So one of them being we are now handicap accessible, which is really big. Our prior location, we were located downstairs. So that was a big factor for us. So we made sure in all of our planning, we were handicap accessible from the moment you come in the door throughout our shopping. And then the other thing is we now have a room that'll be dedicated to partnering with local groups and organizations, the kids at schools, to talk about food insecurity. What does that mean? What does that look like? And how we can help. And, our goal is, of course, to, if we teach the kids young, it'll help, hopefully, that we know not to discriminate against others who may be facing food insecurity. Our state of Connecticut numbers are pretty eye-opening. And this is, again, like I said, for the state, every 1 in 8 adults is facing food insecurity, and every 1 in 6 children are facing food insecurity. So when you think about that, that's pretty big. That means, you could have neighbors facing food insecurity. The kids at school, most likely have friends that fall within that group. So there are so many different ways to help, and so we're excited to be able to have that new program in our new space.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Christine, you have anything to add about the food pantry?
I think Rita's kind of summed it up.
I know that I was there on Saturday at the grand opening, and there's a new special corner that you've added to the food pantry.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Okay. So, We did add a new addition to the food pantry. It is privately funded. It is called Scarlett's Corner, and Miss Scarlett is our rescue pup who she had lived a really awful life of neglect, abuse, and so now that she's living her best life, we're happy to be able to assist, dogs and cats within our food pantry guests, families there, because, if someone's coming and they're facing food insecurity, the cost of pet food and pet supplies are quite expensive as well. So, our goal is to assist our guests with that. So we're very excited about that. And, like I said, it is privately funded, and we're going to continue to work to get donations to keep her corner going. So we're excited over that. And then to your point, I know you were there on Saturday, so what an amazing day. The community came out. Yeah. We got to meet so many people within our community. The donations have been simply amazing. We have started an Amazon wish list that's posted on the community pages, and that'll update sometimes daily or weekly based on our needs, because our primary food source right now, which supplies the state of Connecticut, all under the one organization there, is facing funding cuts. So it's, we receive zero government funding. We're 100% volunteer. And, we solely run off of financial donations and actual food donations. So, we've got to work hard to keep that going.
And can people make financial donations through the website?
We do have PayPal, and then
Right, and they can also send a check to our P.O. Box, which is listed on our webpage. And we are open Wednesdays from 4 to 7 and Fridays from 10 to 1. So you can stop down during those hours and drop off food or a monetary donation. We also have a donation box located at the Stanley T. It's not called that anymore. The STW Senior Center.
Okay.
And Smith Library. There's a box in their vestibule.
Okay. No longer at the Atwater Library?
No.
Okay. So can people, now that you're on the ground level and at the old building, is it possible to make donations that are outside of the Wednesday and Friday hours? Like if people can't get to those other locations? Is there anywhere to drop the food off?
We're working on something right now. So we're kind of waiting on approval from the town and how we would keep the food safe. Freezing, getting too hot, because we're only open 2 days a week. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. So we are working on that.
Okay. Do you have any groups that are going to come in and volunteer? I saw birthday bags when we were there. Did the Women's Club do those?
Talk about
So we have two groups that do the birthday bags. So the Women's Club, their monthly meetings, they all bring in whether it's cake, candles, a card, frosting, and they have been a huge supporter of the food pantry. And they'll bring us boxes of birthday cakes over. Also, a good friend of mine, Michelle Lucibello, runs St. Teresa Nursery School in North Haven, and every year she does a project with all her students, and across all the classes, they'll bring in certain items, and then all the kids will make the birthday bags together.
Oh,
so
that's cute.
Those are really special to us.
So I think most importantly for the audience, in addition to how can we donate, is what if I'm food insecure and I've never been to a food pantry before? Are there some steps that I can take where I can feel comfortable and reach out? And
Go ahead, you can answer that.
Sure. So registration, sign up, it's very easy. We do offer 2 different programs. According to the Connecticut state guidelines, we serve in-town guests and out-of-town guests. As for out-of-town guests, they receive the items that we get supplied from Connecticut Food Share. As far as the in-town guests, they will receive the items from Connecticut Food Share, items that are donated within our community, and items that we purchase. Again, registration super easy. You just have to give us a valid form of identification showing the in-town address that you're located at. And one of the things that we really take pride in is we have a very welcoming family atmosphere. We try and make each guest feel as comfortable as possible. And, for us, it's a lot of people think, I'm going to be nervous going in or I may not feel so comfortable. Our group of volunteers are so amazing. They truly work to create the emotional connection with each and every guest to the point where they know, does someone have a cat? Does someone have a dog? Does someone have grandkids or children? Because we just really want that comfortable atmosphere. And
It's all confidential.
it is.
So we can't talk about who comes. We can't even call our guests at home just because you might have somebody come down who a wife or a husband or a child does not know that they're going to the food pantry, which I know is a big concern with a lot of people. Like, I really don't want anyone to know I'm here. And we try and make everybody feel comfortable, and we're not going to let anybody know. That list is locked up every night. And myself and Rita, and there's very few people that see that list. Not even all of our volunteers see that list.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
And I know that when you go to the food pantry, you'll get a cart and you walk through, because that's how we did on the tour. And so I saw clothes on there too. So if people are in need of new summer clothes, and you get to take.
Yeah, so that is actually another one of our features to our new location. We actually have the shopping carriages. We didn't have those before. As far as the clothes are really a one-off. We don't have them all the time. That was an item that was given to us by Midwest Food Bank, which is another place that we get some items from. That happens here or there. But we do have a lot of great items that we were able to get from them. So it's not, we don't collect clothes. This is just items we get from the food bank. They still have tags on them that we give out to our guests.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if somebody was in need and they were coming through, they can ask
Right.
and have one. Okay.
Yes.
Great. I do have one more question, which is, I know that you've talked about it before, is that you have a room for education. So do you have a way that you're going to have, if people want to reach out and use that room, or are you going to host events in that room? Are you guys?
So that room is both our board room as well as, we created the learning center there. So that room, we have actually already started booking for different groups to come in. So April 7th, we have our first group coming in, which are the Girl Scouts.
Oh, nice.
And so we're new to this.
Mm-hmm.
The things that we know is we want to be able to make a difference. But, it'll be fun trying to get through that first group. I do know that their group leader there reached out, and she told us that the girls are excited to come. They want to show us a presentation of how they want to help our pantry. So we're excited about that.
Jerome has reached out too. They want to come.
Yep.
There's a class at Jerome Harrison.
Very nice.
Yeah, so we are super excited about that. We, in our previous location, did have the kids come over on school field trips, and they were so excited, and they really take in a lot, because we talked to them at the beginning, and come the end, they remembered everything that we had talked about, which was pretty awesome. And they were excited to know that they can make a difference.
And a lot of our groups also make like Christmas cards, Easter cards, especially the Girl Scouts. and then they'll drop them off for us for holidays, which is really nice. And we put a card in everybody's bag. So the kids they do get involved, and it's really special, especially at such a young age, to teach them about food insecurity.
Yes.
Because you know what, it's hard being a kid at school.
It is.
Right? It's hard to fit
being a
in
kid,
sometimes when you have struggles at home.
Right. Exactly.
And there are kids that do go to school and they don't have lunch, or they might not have a snack. So we really try and embrace that. A few years back, we started snack bags because people donate very generously during the holidays, right? Because everybody, you want your turkey, your Christmas dinner, and they forget about those kids during the summer who are not getting reduced lunch. So we started this snack bag program where be little things like little macaroni and cheese, soup, things that kids could make when their parents are working or bring in their bags when they're at school. And then it turned out our elderly clients fell in love and started asking, oh, that would be great. I only use the microwave. It's easier. So now we incorporated that into our weekly give out, is everybody gets one of these snack bags, which they contain milk, juice, soup, sometimes a meat, like a canned meat, and snacks.
Cereal,
Little milk. So that's become very popular, especially with our school kids and our elderly.
So when you give out the snack bags, do you go to the schools and give them out, or is it the clients that are coming in on the open days?
It's our guests that come
in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice.
And then we also did start a new program. I say we, but Christine came up with this great idea, Pantry Heroes.
Right. So I think sometimes we try and thank everybody that donates to us. And sometimes in the chaos, people running in or running out, some people don't want to be acknowledged, or we find stuff at STW. So we came up with a board that we're going to do monthly, that when you come in and donate, you can write your name up on the board. And that way we can take a picture of the board and put it on all of our social media outlets and kind of let everyone know, hey, we appreciate you. And we couldn't do what we do without the help of our community.
That's
So,
really
and that, I guess it was a big deal on Saturday. So you were there. I did
Yes.
not see you, but that board was full.
It
Yeah.
was
So-
full.
And we received 2,025 pounds of food.
Wow,
which
that's
was
amazing.
Yeah, so, which 2025, we're kind of
Yes.
a lucky number, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Yeah. So we're really excited.
Definitely. Well, thank you for coming on.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I hope everybody was able to listen to the conversation, and you know that if you need help, if you have food insecurity, don't be shy, don't suffer. Go to the food pantry of North Branford and make sure that if you can, donate, because there are people out there that can use the help, and the food pantry of North Branford is giving vital support, especially as we go through 2025 and all of the questions that are coming up lately. Again, it's budget season. Please stay involved and stay informed as much as you can. Stay tuned to the vote in May for the referendum. And if you have any questions, reach out. Happy March, and we'll see you at the end of April.
Hi, my name is Megan, and I'm the owner of Get Organized with Megan Rose. I specialize in helping people create organized, stress-free homes through my services, which include decluttering and organizing, donation pickups, and daily chores such as laundry, dishes, and tidying up. I understand that inviting someone into your home can feel overwhelming, and many people feel hesitant or embarrassed. But I want you to know my services are 100% judgment-free. I'm here to help, not judge. In addition to my organizing work, I'm also the administrator for our town's free page, where I donate many of my clients' unwanted items to help others in the community. Giving back has been an important part of my business since the very beginning. I've lived in North Branford for 11 years with my boys, and I truly love being part of this community. Right now, I'm running a giveaway for 1 free hour of my decluttering service. Everyone who enters from town will receive $15 off their next session. Be sure to check out my Facebook page, Get Organized with Megan Rose, to learn more about my services. I hope to hear from you soon.